Just quite a brief afternoon, quick one. I'm going to pop over there in a second, just nip across the field, to see if I can cut a few pieces of blackthorn. Got some tools at the ready. I'm going to take a little wander over there, and on the way I'll give you some distressing news. Twinkle's not at all well at the moment. She started off a few days ago with what the vet initially said was probably kennel cough. And the vet said, you know, don't let her overexert herself, keep her away from other dogs because it's contagious. And we'll see how she goes. The vet listened to her breathing and said, yeah, it's alright, she's got no fluid on the lungs or anything like that. But over the last few days, she's got worse and worse. And she's actually at the point today where she's had to go back to the vet again. Because she's really struggling to breathe. Really struggling to breathe. She can't lay down because then she just, you know, she can't breathe at all. So she's having to stay sitting up, which means she hasn't slept for a couple of days either. She's been sort of falling asleep on her feet. She's got these real difficulties with breathing, and the vet listened to her breathing again today with the stethoscope and said, oh yeah, actually no, now she's got fluid on the lungs. Poor old girl, when we got her back from the vet, she didn't even have the energy to walk from the car to the house. So she's had another load of jabs today. She's had a very strong, fast-acting antibiotic. She's had some painkillers, and she's had something else as well. I've missed what that one was exactly. But it's not being over dramatic to say that it's a case of touch and go at the moment. The next day or two we'll either see some signs of improvement or the worst. So root for Twinkle. Here's the blackthorn. Let's see what I can find that might be useful. What I'm trying to do is find one of a reasonable size so that it's got some, you know, maybe thickish stems on it, an inch or so in diameter. The problem here is these ones are all very thick in brambles and wild roses. But blackthorn itself is pretty spiky, but I'm trying to avoid having to clamber through that lot to get into them. So I'm looking for one, maybe something a bit like that one there, which is a bit more sort of standalone, although I'd have to get through this lot. I'm going to have a little look off along down there. I think I can see some. No luck along this little stretch. It's all hawthorn and elder. But that over there looks like blackthorn, and it looks as though it hasn't got a ton of brambles in front of it. Let's see if that's any better. Yep, this is more like it. I'm surrounded by the stuff, look. That's all about the right sort of size. That's roughly the right sort of size, although way too bendy. There's more off through there. There's more behind me there. It's all very thick here, but at least there's no brambles. Now, I'm already seeing a potential stick on this one here, look. If that were to be cut there, then you would take either one all the other off and use the remaining bit with the little V on it as your handle. And part of making this shillelagh style blackthorn stick is going to be straightening it. I've never bothered straightening a stick before, but I'll use the heat gun to straighten whatever I find. Right, I'm going to have a little root around and see what else might be suitable. It's not all that easy, you know, finding pieces suitable. Those two cuts are what I've found so far. I'd probably get 2 sticks out of that, although this one here, look, although I did what's supposedly a good thing and dug out and chopped off a bit of the root so that you've got a kind of club end to it, it's a bit on the thick side and it's got a big old curve in it. I don't know if that's going to straighten out, but yeah, right, it's difficult actually trying to find bits suitable. I'll pack those up and take a little walk back up towards the allotment. Still got a few more hedgerows to look at along the way. Now here's an excellent one, look. I've just trimmed it all down to its main branch. It's about the right thickness, it's about the right length, it's reasonably straight. And look, it's got that nice big lump of root on there, which I'm just about to cut off. Oh yes, that's the one. That is brilliant. That was well worth looking for. Got this nice big, virtually 90-degree root on it. Once that's all, this is the one I'm going to season and do properly. I think these two, I'll just have a mess around and, you know, draw them out a little bit for a few weeks and have a mess around and see what I can do with them. Make my mistakes on those two. And then this one here, I'm going to season that properly. That's going to make a beautiful shillelagh type walking stick. I think that's actually slightly better than I expected. Particularly this one, with the root for the handle. That's thin enough to straighten out quite easily with a heat gun. Then this one, you've got the more sort of traditional shillelagh type end on it. Again, very easy to straighten, that one. And then this one doesn't have any sort of end on it. It's just a straight pole of about the right diameter. Maybe that's the one I'll practice me straightening on. And then this one here, it's a bit on the big side, and with a curve like that, I'm not sure that will straighten very easily. But I could always just make a little club or a priest or something out of it, maybe. So I'm definitely going to let that one season properly, and I'll make that one in a year or so. But I think these two, I'll probably crack on quite soon and see what I can come up with. Swifts today, or are they swallows? Okay then, I've got my sticks, got my eggs. By the time I get home, it's going to be about 4 hours since Twinkle had all those injections. I remembered what the other injection was. It's a good one actually. It's an injection which clears all the fluid out of her lungs. So an important one, potentially. It's been about 4 hours since she's had those. So I'm going to get back home and see how she's doing, see if there's any signs of improvement. Right, wish her luck. And if there's any change, I'll keep you all updated. So don't worry, Annie. I know you like Twinkle. We're going to do all the right things to make her better. See you later.